go. Now I've got something happening there I shouldn't have. Wait a minute. I thought I was so organised I didn't use my checklist. So I'm obviously, I know what it is. I've got that happening over there. Weight 1, and I'll fix it. Oh, there you go. Don't need that. So I'm hoping you can all hear me. Well, let's have a look here. No, don't want that one. I know, no sound. Now we've got sound. There you go. G'day, this is Steve. Woodworking Masterclass. I tell you what, it's getting something to get back into the swing of things here, but it's happening. And for those of you that watched the stream yesterday, I promised I'd do another one today. So here I am. It'll only be a short one, but I'm getting things in order. And there's a couple of people, I got some comments yesterday after the split stream. I don't know if anyone's watching now saw that one. But what happened was I've got 2 workshops. I've got more than 2, but I mainly work in this one, which is set up like a TV studio. But I've just made another one in another shed that's for wood turning. And g'day Ray, how are you? Oh mate, I'm going to use the router. Are you excited? I'm just explaining. And so I've got this workshop here, as I said, set up like a TV studio, and I've got a wood turning shed that I'm trying to set up the same. And I did a conversion or a crossover yesterday. I did a part of a stream here, shut this stream down, then went up to the wood turning shed and tried to stream there. And it was a bit of a failure because I couldn't log in. I didn't know I was actually live, and a couple of people felt a little bit ignored because I had my back to them. My apologies to those people. I didn't realise I was live. I had the camera back to me, and then all the equipment died. But I'm working on it, and it's starting to look as if it's going to work quite well for me in the future. I did, what did I do this morning? Grandson Anthony, he came down and we worked out some ways that we can have cameras above the lathe. We put some shelves in, we put some racks in, we put some tool cabinets up on the wall. So in the very near future, I'm looking forward to working here and also streaming from up there. Come to say good day and then see you since it's dinner time. Well, there you go, Ray. Don't let me get in the way of a good feed. Oh, I'm not sure I could stomach the dinner if G'day. That's nice, Ray. You go and enjoy your dinner. Go and have a rare steak and think of me. G'day, Roy. Yes, mate, it has been a while. And I had a bit of a rest there, but I'm back on track now and really excited to be back. And you've no idea how lovely it is to come on and find people that have been following me for a while and to feel welcome and welcomed into their homes. So thank you, Roy. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, anyone else that's watching. It's a privilege and it gives me something to do, which is really good. I'll just go and put this mirror back on the wall because I use this mirror because I've got a camera. Hang on, can I show you? Oh, I've got a, where's that one? That one there. Is that the one? That's the one, yeah. Okay, I've got a camera over there, and on top of that is the microphone receiver for the FM mic that I have here, and I use this mirror so I can put it on top and I can see what my battery level is because it's too complicated to undo it and look at it. So I'll just put that back so I know where it is next time, or else I'll be lost, which isn't hard to confuse me, I'll tell you. What else did we do today? Oh, we had great fun working on the camera setups. It was a work in progress that I said to Anthony, okay, mate, we've got to hang cameras on the wall. What are you going to do? And he came up with some suggestions, and they were good suggestions. But then when we explored it, no, that didn't work. And then finally we came up with something that would do the job, and we built it, put it up on the wall. And then I realised, no, that's not going to work the way I wanted to because the cameras will be on tripod mounts, so it has to be deeper. So we explored that. came up with an idea for that, and then I thought, no, I want to have it so I can swivel them. So, work in progress. This is what I was doing yesterday, for those of you that watch the stream. This is what I ended up with, and that is a storyboard for the spindles I have to make for this job I'm doing here. So that the idea is you put that in the lathe, that clips over the edge like that, and then you just get a pencil and you mark where those cuts are, and then as soon as the lathe starts spinning, you project those pencil marks around the spindle and you turn it, and that way hopefully I'm going to have 14 spindles that at least roughly look the same. So actually I might even do that as an intro. So excuse me, I'm just going to digress. This is going to be a separate video, all right? I made these up the other day, and as you can see, it's got marks in it. And what I use that for, I've got this job I'm making here, I have to make 14 different spindles. So I want them to be the same, and that's a storyboard. And that's how you use it. You get a spindle like that, you put it on there, and you mark those graduations with a pen or a pencil, and then you continue them around the piece when it's on the lathe, and you can turn, I won't say identical, but at least they're going to be close in proximity when you've got them all together. That's how you lay them out using the storyboard. Easy to make. All you do is just mark it, go to the bandsaw and cut those slots, and you're in front. So that's it. Easy way. If you're on the lathe and you've got a lot of one particular shape to do, make one of these up. I'll catch you later. All right, let's go on a different video. Saves me editing. So thank you for putting up with that. I'm back. All right, what I want to do today is, this is the blender bench that I'm making for Susie, and it's an interim job between this and the bed. So I've been allowed a little bit of latitude here. I'm just looking at that, it's got a crack in it, I'm not happy with that. But this is going to be the top bench, and then that's going to be, I think, the middle shelf, I'm hoping. And I'll have that as the bottom shelf. I might, I don't know. I'm just working out which is top and which is bottom. Oh dear, oh dear. I don't know, that's quite nice. Might have that as a... No, I'll have that as the bottom shelf, I think. Yeah, okay, we'll have that as the bottom shelf. So what I want to do first off is round these edges over, and I'll use a router for that. Just having a look. I've got a bit of an overhang there, which I don't particularly want. So I might just knock that off with a chisel. Oh dear. Really helps if you've got a sharp chisel. Okay. All right. Put it back, Stephen. This is my New Year's resolution. It's not working for me very well, but what I want to do is put things back when I've used them. Okay, I'm using this router bit here. I was going to go for a bigger one. However, if I do a bigger one, which I did have a bigger one here somewhere. All these little jobs I've got floating around. Oh, here we go. All right. I was thinking of using this one here it's a lot bigger. But if I do that with the curve on this shelf, I actually curve it right over, and that doesn't give me a flat spot to run the bearing on the second cut. So if I go over that way, it'll give me a nice round over, and then when I come upside down, it won't be running on anything flat, and that can give me problems down the track. So I'm using this one, which is slightly smaller, but should still give me a good effect. So let's get the router out. Ray, are you watching? Close your eyes. Oh, it's going to get messy. No, it won't. I'm confident. I've got to find my spanner first. Here we go. It's always a good idea with routers to pull the plug out when you change tools over. I don't always do it. I sometimes get lazy. But if you do, you're guaranteed never will the router start inadvertently. Oh. There we go. How you been going, Roy? I mean, we haven't spoke for ages. I hope you're feeling well, my friend. Oh. There we go. Okay. I like this router. To me, it's my new router, but it's got to be about 25 years old, I think. The reason I like it is it only takes one spanner to tighten it. Let's see if I can spin this around here. Go close up. There you go. It only takes one spanner to tighten it. A lot of routers you've got to have two spanners and they lock each other, whereas this one's got a button there that when I put that in, it actually locks the head, and then I only need one spanner, which is good, All right, now we're going to get the right depth, and we'll see how we go. Boom, 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 boom. I don't know if I'm going to do top and bottom of the bottom one. I don't know. I'll make that decision a little bit later on. Oh, okay. Here we go. If you're wondering why I'm not using a router table, the reason is this is too big for the router table. And when you're doing this, the last thing you want is that top edge of the round over bit touching what you're cutting, because if you do, that gives you straight lines down the top of your finished face, which you don't really want. It isn't super desirable. Hey, Chad! Oh, thanks for that. I appreciate that. It is nice to be back as well. It really is. What am I doing? I want to go up a bit. There we go. That's what I want. Yeah, it was a good break over Christmas, and I had a lot going on around the house and with the family, so it is nice to be back. So what I'm talking about with clearance is this Can't find that other router bit, or I'll use it. Boom, 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 boom. I don't know if you see it, but I'm talking about this edge here. Wait a minute, I'll get another router bit and I'll show you exactly what I mean. Okay, here we go. A lot of people, sometimes they pull the router bit down so it will actually, this edge here will actually touch the end of their job they're working on. That edge there, I'm just making sure I'm in shot. Yeah, that will be touching their workpiece, and that will cut a slot or a groove in the surface of whatever you're working on. So always try and remember just to keep that above the surface of your work. That way you'll get a nice round over without any lines being gouged into your workpiece. All right, let's get some ear protection on. Eye muffs. George, if you're watching, these are just the best thing. Check them out online, eye muffs. They're a 2-in-1 job. All right, now, is this gonna work, or do I have to put a mat down? I might just put a mat down. I think it's heavy enough that it's not going to slip, but I didn't want it slipping really, so this is just like that stuff you put in your kitchen shelves to stop them, all the tins from sliding about. And it just, this is a really, really old one. So this would be, when did I buy this? In 96, so about 24 years old. Still works. Okay, so this is the top, and we will router it. There. I'm just making sure the cord will go everywhere I want it to, which it will. So that's good. No, it won't, because, okay, plug it in, make sure it's turned off, which it is, then turn it on. And when you're using a router, you go in the opposite direction. This cutter bit is cutting that way, so that's cutting clockwise. I'm going to drag it towards me so it's actually cutting into the wood. If it's going that way and I go that way, it'll run away from me. So let's go. We'll see what happens. G'day, Thor! I do apologise if any of that shavings ended up on your lounge room floor. It couldn't be helped. Oh. don't know yet. No, I think I'll do the bottom as well. It's going to look nicer. Well, what I'll do, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll do the next one. Oh! And we'll definitely do both sides on that. Sorry about the compressor, but I do need it so I can blow all this stuff off. And I never start on a straight line. I always like to start near a corner. I don't know why, it's just one of my little eccentricities. Don't rush it, get a nice even speed, and that way you won't burn your job. There we go. Blow that off. So I can fix the screen and I'll still check this. Big screen out tomorrow, but that just softens it nicely. But what we'll do is do the other side as well. And we will have a look-see. These are held together, by the way, with what they call butterfly clips. You can put biscuits in there as well, but they're just a miter joint. I've glued this and then put these clips in, which hold it nice and firm. They use a lot in shop fitting and kitchen setups called butterfly. I think they're butterfly clips. I bought them from the local hardware shop anyway. Okay, now don't want me, make sure, don't knock my stream deck out the way. We'll be right there. Okay, I think I'll start. Don't know if you can see that, but the mat was slipping. I'm very happy with that profile, it's nice. All right. Hang on, the compressor's going to go on again, I think. if you, I'll answer that in a tick, Tor, just as soon as the thing goes off. But I don't know, I'll show you what happened. This part here wasn't centered on the mat, and therefore it moved, and this is the result. See those burn marks along there? That's because it was rocking, because it wasn't held flat by this, but I'll be able to fix it up with a sander, which I shall do very, very soon. But all in all, I'm quite happy with that finish. This I don't like, which we will fix either today or tomorrow. And this is one of the downsides of using a router. See that square, that corner, it's not a nice corner, it's rounded. So we'll get that with a chisel, I'll show you how to do that, and we'll make that nice and square. So it's still rounded on the edges, but it's going to cut in there nice and square. Oh, okay. Oh, that was fun. Still got another one to do, which I'll do soon. Just see how this is going. Compressor's nearly done, and then I'll show you what I would use. Whew. I'm spoiled. I've had that compressor behind me for, wow, nearly 40 years. And I thought it was the bee's knees, but the new one I've got now, which is still about 4 or 5 years old, it's a triple cylinder, that's a dual cylinder, and it's so quick. All right, what would I use? The router's messy. Yes, it is. There's two things you could use. One would be a spoke shave. I'll give you a demonstration if I can find a bit of timber. Oh, what's that here? Oh, is that nice or nasty? I don't know. Oh, here you go. All right. Give you a side cam. Just swing this around so you can see. You can use that's a spoke shave. This is to make the edge without using a power router. And what we want is the grain running in the right direction. So what I mean by that is, if you look there, you can see the grain is running that way, and the grain is running that way. That's your perfect corner. If you look at this one, the grain's running this way, and on this corner, it's running opposite, which means this part of the curve will be nice. This one, you're going to get tear out. Whereas here, we've got the grain direction going the same on that corner. And by the way, every bit of timber has a corner like that with the grain running the same way. Sometimes you get two, but you'll always get one. And if you're going to do this by hand, use that corner. Let's go back here. Actually, what if I go, there you go. You can see me. And then I can talk to you like this, you see. Okay, spoke shave, I would use a flat spoke shave. That's a rounded one for doing internal curves. That's for doing external curves. These are H&T Gordon, which are my preferred spoke shaves. But you could just as easily use a Stanley or a Record. It will do the same job. So here we go. Whoops. I just got to set this up. Wait a minute. There we go. And then you just keep on doing that, and that will give you that curve. The other thing is you could use, that's a round. Well, no, it's a hollow. I keep on getting these confused. Round, no, it's a hollow. That's a hollow, but if we're making round surfaces. So again, pick that edge that's nice, put it in the vise. I would use a little bit of wax just in here, and I'm not sure how finely set this is. And there we go. That's another way you can get that curve on there. Or, failing that, if you've got none of those, you can use just an ordinary little block plane. If I can find mine. Was around here somewhere. Where's my block plane? Ah, here we go. Okay, that's an over-the-top block plane, but just a normal, everyday little block plane. And you just do it by hand, rolling it as you go. You don't get the uniformity quite as much. But if you look at that, you're still getting that roll over bit. So there you go, Tor. I hope that helps. That's some different ways you can do the same things I just did with the router. Boom, boom, boom. All right, so I've got to round these over and sand this off, which I think is a job for later on, because if I do it now, it's just boring watching me sand. But we might just work out the position of the casters, and I can mark them. And then that will just about be the stream, because I've been going for half an hour. There you go. Whoop, go over there. Oh, that little bit of, you're welcome, mate, you're welcome, anytime. I'll make some little round boxes on the lathe for you in the near future. And we'll use that bit of wood I just demonstrated how to do the curve on with that. So what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, let's go silly. So I only really need this for stability, because that's fine there, that's fine there, that's good there, that's good there. Because if I don't have one in the middle here, from my thinking anyway, the span is too great. I wouldn't like to go any more than 600, which, because it's going to have a bit of weight on it. So yeah, I wouldn't want to do a span any longer than that distance there. That is about 1 metre. Yeah, so I might put that just in the middle, and that'll just act as a support. They're all casters, and these particular ones I bought, there we go, I bought it in the throw-out bin of one of the big box hardware stores. And I don't know, I think I got about 20 or 30 casters, all different sizes and shapes and what have you. But the interesting thing is, the number of times I have something that breaks, and like these are case in point there. Which one's that one? There you go. That one, that was on one of the bandsaws that I've got, and as you can tell, it's come from together. And this one, exactly the same size. So it's a win. I think if you find stuff like that that's cheap in the throw-out bin, and you've got a bit of spare money and it's not too expensive, get it, because you never know when you're going to need something like that. I'm always doing it with screws and bolts and anything, and then something will break around the house. Oh, have you got a such a? Yeah, I think I've got one there somewhere. My backyard, I'm not going to show you because I'm embarrassed by it, but it is an absolute mess at the moment. I've got stormwater pipe everywhere, drainage stuff here, bits of metal, and oh, gracious. But when we got flooded out at Christmas time, I thought, oh, we better put some drains in. And lo and behold, I had all the fittings that I needed around the yard, and I didn't have to go to a hardware shop. Because a lot of times you go, oh, it's only $3. Yeah, it is, but it might cost you $10 to go to the hardware shop to get it. So what was going to cost $3 now costs you $13 plus half a day. So it's good. All right. And now, oh, let's see if we can work these out. Where to put them? These have got brakes on them as well. When you put your foot on this bit here, it actually locks the wheel so it won't go. Then when you want to move it around, undo the brake and there it is. And seeing this is a mobile bench for the kitchen, it is good to have that facility. All right, well I think we'll have, that one's definitely got to go there. So I'm not putting all of these in totally, I'm just putting 2 screws in each one until I get it finally finished and sprayed, and then I'll put all of them in. What was that? SVB, very bad wheels. But they turn around. There we go. Oh, and also it's handy when you're putting them on to make sure that this part here, the brake part, does come over. So you can, when you're pushing it, you can at least have the brake on. I think I'm going to have these at an angle as well. Don't ask me why. Well, I don't know. It shouldn't make much difference, I suppose. Boom, ba-dum, boom. Okay. Whoops. There we go. What have we got? Only wood. G'day, mate. How are you? You should come. Oh, well, I don't know. I think it's going to be too hot for me up there, mate. Hey, that blue gum you were telling me about, if you're the same young man, that sounds like a good tree. You got some good timber up there in Cairns as well. I've got some of it in my shed, and they've locked the leases down so you can't get what I've got, which is nice. There we go. Six nuts. G'day, mate. How's the coast, if I remember rightly? Yeah, I know. It has. I've had a lot of other things that I'm doing, and it was sort of getting to the stage I should stream. Do I want to do videos? And it's like jumping in a cold pool. You say, well, I don't know if I want to do it or not. And then when you get in there, you think, oh, why did I leave it so long? It's so nice to be back. Oh, dear. Where's my knockometer? Okay. So we've got 1, 2, 3. It's going to have to go that way. Oh, only wood. What have we got? You should come to Cairns Woodworking Guild. The other message didn't send. I can't say. Yeah, it did. I got it, so that's good. It was a brood of a tree. Oh, it is. There you go. It's a wrestle move it around on your own. As I said to you in that comment, only wood. Oh, to have the energy of a 14-year-old again. It's the dilemma of getting older. You wish you had the energy with the knowledge. Unfortunately, you don't. But it sounds to me like you're pretty well set up and you've got a good future ahead of you, especially if you want to concentrate on doing woodworking stuff. There we go. Come in there just a fraction. I wish this was smell-o-vision. This timber I'm using is called Coachwood, and honestly it smells like hot caramel sauce. It is just divine. This is New South Wales Coachwood, which came south of where I live. Love the streets there. What do you mean? I'm making a blender bench, mate, which is, as I said yesterday, it's a bench for my wife to stick all her kitchen toys on. It's what's happening at the moment. We're not using, I don't know, look, it's true. It doesn't matter if you're a guy or a girl, I guess. If you've got stuff but it's in the cupboard, you tend not to use it because there's a hassle getting it out. So, I'm only putting 2 screws in there, Ollie. So what this is, it's a 3-tier bench for Susie to put all her implements of destruction on, you know, blenders and grinders and mulchers and juicers and liquidizers and processors and goodness knows what else she's got. If Kmart ever runs short, they should ring her up, she could restock their shelves. So this is a 3-tier bench to go into the kitchen, and we've got a bench in the kitchen with a lot of wasted space underneath the bench top. So this is going to slide in underneath there, and 2 shelves for all her implements. I'm going to wire it up so it's live. That means I'm going to have, just in case there's any thought police out there, I'm going to have a plug-in power board with 4 or 5 outlets. So then whatever she wants to use, she just takes it out, puts it on the top shelf, plugs it into the power point that's going to be on here, and plugs it into the wall. Away she goes. And then when she's finished, she can just put it away again. So hopefully that's going to work well. Let me just get a measuring stick. Where's the measuring stick? And then I'm back onto the bed. Yeah, the infamous bed. 550 plus 25. 550. That's about there. Okay. The bed is coming along quite well, actually. That's just, yeah, that's right. And I've been doing a lot of work in the top shed, which is now my wood turning shed. And so I haven't been getting much stuff done, but the great thing about being streaming again is you people forced me to do stuff, and my wife appreciates it. Wait a minute. Let me put this in. Just make sure it's square. Here we go. And I'll actually take this up when I finish this stream. See if it works. David Land, great to see you back. Always. Oh, thank you, David. It is lovely to be back, and I don't get sick of saying that. You might get sick of hearing me say it, but it really is. It's. I feel reinvigorated. I'm just eyeballing these. Close enough's good enough. Coachwood sounds good. Hang on, Lindsay. Lindsay, hi, joining in from Nigeria. What wood are you using? Coachwood is what I'm using, and the reason it's called Coachwood is in Australia, in America you had Wells Fargo. I don't know anyone else. Oh, I suppose in England you had Hansom cabs, but in the very early days, wait a minute. In the very early days of Australia's history, the main transport company was called Cobb & Co. And it still exists today. And in the early days, they had stagecoaches. And they used this timber for the wheels and the suspension of the coaches because it's a beautiful timber, but it's very resilient. Actually, in Australia, if you've got an MG TD or TC and you wanted to replace the frame, in Europe, I think they use European beech, but in Australia, they actually use Coachwood for the suspension frame on the early MGs. So that's why it's called Coachwood. In wood only, in Cairns, it would be satin sycamore. Only satin sycamore is more of a pinky reddy colour, but it's called Northern Coachwood. This is, as you can tell, a nice creamy colour. So I think, have I done that? Look at that, I've done it. So hard or soft? It is a hardwood, but that's the botanical classification as a hardwood. Medium density, I would say. However, I'll show you these two. This one is blush alder, which is a very, very similar looking timber, but you can see the mallet face is bruised, but not too badly. This is a Coachwood mallet face, and you can see it's copped the hammering. So it's lovely to work. It's a very tough timber. Sometimes it behaves itself, sometimes it gets a bit ornery, but it's quite good. All right, now I'm just thinking I might just do that. All right, I'm not going to think anymore. That's it. Managed to catch a stream. Morning, g'day Nick, how are you? I'm just about to head up to the kitchen because I promised the dear sweet little lady that I wouldn't be too long, but I said yesterday I would do a stream again today. So I've, done that, and we've done a bit of work on this. I've used a router, and Ray, if you've finished your tea, look, 10 fingers, still going well. I'm going to take this up to the kitchen and see if it does what it's meant to do. I won't be doing a stream tomorrow because I've got things on, but possibly Sunday Australia time, and definitely Monday, which is Sunday north of the border, I'll be back doing Monday streams. So when's your next dream? Tonight, I hope. I guess you mean stream. Sorry, Knots. I'll might do one Sunday in Australian time, but I'll definitely be doing one on Monday. And more videos will be going up as well. So there you go. So I've done some stuff which I'm happy about. I had people watching me, which I'm thrilled about, and all the lovely welcome messages to be back, I'm thrilled about. So thank you all. And that's about it. I guess I'm going to have to... That's what I thought, 6 knots. Oh dear. All right, well, that's about it. So this is Steve pulling the shed door down, saying thanks very much for your attention and your indulgence and allowing me in your living room. Sorry if a lot of shavings ended up on the carpet, but there you go, that happens. And what do I normally do? It's been that long since I've forgotten. No, saying remember to keep it sharp, but more importantly, keep it safe. I was going to say clean, I don't know why. Because if you could see my workshop, it really needs to be cleaned up, which will make it safer. So anyway, keep it sharp, keep it safe, look after yourself, be kind to each other, and I look forward to having your company in one of the workshops, at one of the workbenches, very, very soon. Till then, good night, good morning, good afternoon, God bless, and I'll catch you later. Bye for now. Who's that, Chad? Go and enjoy yourself. I will. I'll put some milk on my steak. There you go. Cheers, all.